Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Benedict here again from BJ Learn, and in this class, I want us to talk about average if and average ifs. So we'll start with average if, and then we move to average ifs. So on my screen here, you can see I have a summary table where we have group type, we have average unit price, we have quantity, and then we also have total amount. And then down here, I also have a table, which is the whole table giving us the total number, rather the all the number of units sold within a given month. But now we want to summarize them, so that's why we are having a summary table on top. So we need to get the average unit price of these unit prices using average if. But before then, let's try to get the uh, total amount sold per given food type. So here again we can use sum if. So sum if we had talked about in our previous class. If you missed, you can just check back on our previous classes. So here the range is the range is starting from A15 to A63. Then we lock up the cells. Then we type a comma again. The criteria here will be A3. So you want to lock the column A by putting a dollar sign just before A. Then we move to sum range. So sum range start from C15 to C63. Then we lock up the cells. Then now we close the bracket and we enter. And now we have the quantity sold per given type of fruit for the entire period. So now let's get the average unit price. So we type here is equal to, then we type again average if. So this one is only using one criteria to get the average value of given numerical figures. So the range here will use A15 to A16. Then we lock up the cells. Then we put a comma. Then the criteria here will be A3. Then let's lock column A by putting a dollar sign just before A. Then the average range now, because we are using unit prices, so we select B15. So we select B15 to B63. Then we lock up the cells and we close the bracket and we enter. Now we can copy this formula down up to where we have B9. So here our total amount of sales is 463.25 as compared to what we have down here as 464.5. So we have a margin of error of like 1.24 because we've used average unit price as opposed to actual unit prices. So that was average if, or rather getting average unit price using average if. So now let's move to average ifs. So average ifs, we use more than one criteria. So here again we have the quantities. We also have the total amount column. So the total amount column will still assume that there are no values because we've not put the average unit price, but we have the quantities now. So here we want to use more than one condition, or rather more than one criteria. So we have the weekend day, and we also have the type of fruit. So we'll use this as criteria range 1 and criteria range 2, and based on the same we'll be having criteria 1 and criteria 2. So let's see what we need to have as average unit price for Friday, for the week, or rather for the weekend day given as Friday. So we'll come and type here is equal to average ifs. So average range, because we are using unit prices, or rather we are getting the unit price of this fruit. So we'll select B16 to B63. Then we lock up the cells. Then again equal, rather we type a comma. So criteria range, we want to use the cells A16 to A64. Then we lock up the cells, and then now the criteria will be the A5. Then we lock up the column A by putting a dollar sign just before A. Then now we go to criteria range 2, which is the column where we have the weekday. So we select D16 to D64. Then we lock up the cells, and then we put a comma. Then the criteria now will be, we can click on this this cell written Friday, or we can just type Friday in between open and closing inverted commas. Then we close the bracket. So we only had two criteria. So we'll press enter. Then we drag this down. So now you can see we have total amount after having calculated the average unit price using average ifs. So we can again copy this formula and paste it here, F5, and now we'll only change where we have Friday, we'll change to Saturday. Then again we'll drag this down. We'll drag that down. So that was Saturday. So we want to check again where we have rather we want to get the average unit price where we have the weekend day as Sunday. So we'll paste this formula here, and then we'll change now this value to, we'll change Saturday to Sunday, then enter, then again drag this formula down. Then now we have the total now we have our total amount as 461.63 as opposed to 464.5. So here also we have a margin of error of about 3.7 something or 3.8 something. So that was all about average if and average ifs. So let's meet again the next class when we'll be talking about count if and count ifs. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you again in the next class.